are so many different traditions when it comes to Christmas Day. Different families, different cultures go about the day in various different ways. Some eat Christmas dinner the night before, and even open presents then too. Like, who are these people? We were 1 p.m.ers in our house for the big feast. Stockings in the morning, got my new Christmas jumper on for church, and then changed into something a little more comfortable for what awaited.
Games were always a huge part of our Christmas. We did our best to avoid the ones that would last forever, like Monopoly, Scrabble, or Risk. But we did love some hilarious games like charades or Pictionary. It brought about the type of laughter that hurt your side.
Brussels sprouts or no Brussels sprouts? Cranberry sauce or no cranberry sauce? If I told you that Brussels sprouts in a creamy sauce with bits of bacon was one of my favourite things in the whole world, would you roll your eyes or would you high-five me? I think regardless of what food is on the table, or even what gifts are shared on the day, the real joy of all our Christmas traditions is the time spent together, the happy experiences. And the way that people come together at Christmas points to the life of Jesus. He brought people together in ways never experienced before. And one thing's for sure, that man loved to eat.
30 years after the very first Christmas, Jesus began asking people to follow him. He spent 3 whole years with this people, much of it eating and teaching them about the promises he was fulfilling. Rumours started to spread. The chatter was building. Is this the king we've all been waiting for? Is this the saviour of the world?
Jesus answers with a huge yes. He shows his power through miracles, like the turning of water into wine, of multiplying food for the hungry, calming crazy storms, healing the sick, and raising people from the dead. Jesus teaches us to be kind to others, even when we don't like them, to forgive people, like actually properly forgive them, and how to pray. But not all were loving the teachings of Jesus or his miracles.
So they killed him. And in that moment, it seemed like all hope was lost. But this was God's plan all along. Jesus died, taking the wrongdoings of all our past, present, and future. 3 days later, he rose from the dead. God made a way for the broken relationships to be restored, just like he promised.
When I think about what Christmas really means to me, I think that above all, and regardless of what's happening around me, that God can be trusted. That's what Mary had to ask herself. Can I trust God with everything that I might face? I remember when I was younger, I made the best decision ever to follow God. But the thought of going back into school and telling all my friends about my new faith really scared me. I was so worried about what everyone would think of me, that they might call me names or might not even want to be my friend anymore. And because of this, I was so scared of being all alone. Although Mary was scared, she made the brave decision to say yes and follow God. When I went back to school, some of my friends did find it difficult to understand what I believed. But I continued to pray, and God gave me strength and helped me not to care so much about what others thought. Like Mary, it took some courage and bravery to take this step. But my yes to God has been the best decision I have ever made.
When I think about Joseph, it reminds me about what kind of journey I've had. Joseph was scared and he doubted God. Like Joseph, I've also been scared and fearful of the unknown. Like when I was 8 years old, I remember having to move house. And not just down the road, I had to move to a completely new country. I was scared about what my new house might be like. I was worried about not knowing anyone and having to leave my friends. And I was nervous about having to start a new school. I just didn't know what my life would look like. To be honest, there were some exciting things about having to move house, but the biggest feeling for me was fear. Fear of the unknown. I just didn't know what my life might look like. Maybe you've felt like that before, scared about what your life might look like. But even though I don't know what my life will look like tomorrow, or in a year's time, or in 5 years' time, I can also listen to the words that the angel spoke to Joseph on that very first Christmas. Do not be afraid, God is with you.
Here we are at the end of the series. We've journeyed through a serious amount of history. We've gone way back to the very beginning. We've witnessed what the first Christmas was actually like. We've explored its true meaning. I want to take a moment for you to think about what Christmas really means to you. For us, Christmas reminds us that God showed up. No matter how scary and uncertain life may seem, that God is with us, just like He was with Mary and Joseph. We celebrate Christmas because we believe it's more than just one moment in time. This was God's rescue plan for us forever. And this is the hope of Christmas.